Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm back with another video and it's been a while now. As you guys know, I've been away for about a good month now just working on the What Happened to Kevmo Part 3 video. That took me a good while to pump out, and also as well, I was busy with school and just so many priorities in my life that I really couldn't make videos consistently how I wanted to, so I apologize if you're used to getting more videos than usual. And fortunately, that is out of the way, and I'm back with another video, a little bit more unfiltered, just a little bit more of my free thoughts and just talking about the recent news, just because there's been quite some news coming out within the last few weeks of CHH that I've been wanting to cover, and this really was one of them, like, that honestly couldn't be ignored even. I know everyone's been talking about this, and you know, I thought I'd give my own 2 piece on it as well. And yeah, let's jump in. I mean, who would have thought that Indie Tribe would not only be back, but also add 2 new additions to their collective. If you guys didn't already know, Indie Tribe just added a new addition of DJ Mike LV and John Keith to the entire group of Indie Tribe, or the collective, as What Up RG and Jerry Mana are no longer with the tribe, but we'll get more into why they left and all that stuff and the news that's been breaking out over the last few days. And also as well, for the video, you know, drop your comments below and let me know your own thoughts. What do you think about the situation? Do you like this collaboration and new tribe? And yeah, let me know everything below in the comments and we'll just jump right in. All right, now to give a little bit of context to the whole situation, I'll just preface by just giving my own aspect of what happened just to the days leading, just because it was pretty interesting, just because I was going through Instagram and I saw Mowgli had posted a clip of David Livick's channel, and in the caption, he had asked what happened to Indie Tribe, and I didn't really think much of it. I just saw the post and no big deal. He also commented as well with the hush emoji. I assumed that they were planning something big just because, you know, probably a week or 2 before they had dropped outside together. And I assumed that they were aiming at a comeback of the full entire Indie Tribe team with RG and Jerry Mana. And I didn't really think much of it, but I was led wrong, and here we are now. And who would have guessed that we would have had 2 new guys, especially considering the leverage they all individually have together with these 2 additions. And it's just adding a lot of firepower to their whole entire tribe. And yeah, the announcement is just interesting just because of how it came about and just how they rebranded the entire collective after the break off with Jerry Mana and What Up RG. Because for those of you who didn't know, now Indie Tribe has had a very interesting projection, history and timeline of just how they started and where they're at now. I mean, these are the same guys that came from making their best stream song together, High Horse. Please don't touch the tribe. Is way too high. To each going their own way, and then people speculating why they broke up, just because there wasn't really a lot of information out there. There were just more question marks than there were answers. So a lot of people were talking here and there, but after a while it just died down really. That is until a few years later when No Big Deal, he hopped on Mowgli's album and dropped a verse really talking about the whole situation.
What kind of brother don't return your call? Come on, dog. I'm starting to think that we ain't really fam at all. The fame will turn fast friends into past tense, cause we got caught up with the fans and the catalog. And the homie told me chill, I had to let it off. Almost drove 100 miles just to set it off.
But what's interesting is that the day they made the announcement, I believe it dropped either the same day or after, they had done a breakout interview with The Crew, who broke the story first, and Mowgli and Dilly were just clarifying everything that people were asking about. You know, they were very transparent, and they were just talking about how honestly the breakup really wasn't about anything personal, as it was really just over the direction they all wanted to take, the creative differences they all had, and you know, just the visions they each individually had for Indie Tribe. Because if you guys remember back in my CHH history video where I covered the Dream Junkies, now in one of those videos I had talked about how collectives or even music groups, they don't usually last that long, and it can be due for a variety of reasons, but with collectives in particular, now the goal is that while they're all individually collaborating with each other, the goal ultimately is to, you know, create leverage and just pool their resources and just fan base together to basically propel themselves individually to a label situation, you know, a different situation in their career, or just a new height, or just increase, you know, their fan base and whatnot. And more so usually stuff like that. That's usually what the end goal may be for a collective, as they're not really meant to last. But yeah, now in particular when it came to Indie Tribe's situation, Now with them, throughout the 30-minute interview, they covered pretty much everything. They unpacked everything. Now the link for that will be in the description below if you want to watch the full entire interview. I definitely recommend that you do. But at one point in the interview, they were talking about RG and Jerry's situation. Now Jerry left more so to focus on his individual situation, as he had envisioned Indie Tribe from the beginning to be more of a label situation for him. That was really more so his goal. And RG, now in their own words, RG woke up on Twitter and chose violence by saying that he was not a part of Indie Tribe anymore. And it wasn't really anything personal or anything like that. RG had no grudge. RG had no spite against them or anything like that. And I know just with social media and everything like that, tweeting something out, people might take it the wrong way or whatnot. But, they went more into detail and just talked about how they still talk to RG and everything like that. And like I said, it's nothing really personal, because as stated at the beginning of the video, part of the reason why they left was more so just the creative differences and just long-term plan and goals of where they were trying to get at. And just looking at it from a long-term perspective, it's completely understandable, as it's not selfish at all to make sure that you're not only helping those around you or whatnot in your current and present situation, but you're also being rational, and you're thinking about what are you going to do when you are out in 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, because you always got to plan ahead as an artist. So stuff like that is completely understandable. So with RG and Jerry, there's no bad blood with any of them. Jerry even commented and wished the best luck for all of them. So they're definitely all in good relations. But now that they're all moving on individually, I'm glad to see that, and I'm glad to see that they're all cheering each other on with their own personal careers and endeavors and whatnot. So it's really great to see, and it's pretty exciting just because of these two new additions of John Keith and DJ Michael, and about how they came about. Now with DJ Michael's situation, he was with Indie Tribe from the very first day. Now he obviously wasn't seen on the front lines with Indie Tribe, but he was working heavily behind the scenes with them, just supporting them, just being hands-on with whatever they needed. He was also always recruiting for Indie Tribe, always suggesting new artists, sometimes suggesting himself. And it came about one day that they just decided to give him a shot and just add him to Indie Tribe. And then from there, that new addition basically resulted in John's addition, just because, like I said before, DJ Michael was still recruiting new artists. So he decided to text John, and the others, they weren't really sure if John would do it, just because he was trying to build his own brand from Live from the Village. But the timing was very interesting just because of his contract with King's Dream Entertainment. It was basically expiring, and he was looking at the time to grow as an artist and just build his brand up Live from the Village. And so they weren't really sure, but they decided to give it a shot anyways. They texted back and forth, and then from there, John Keith gladly hopped on, and it was pretty much set from there. He's still going to be cultivating his individual brand on the side, but I'm pretty sure from John's view, he's also viewing it as just an opportunity to grow as well as an artist all around, and just hop on this team together. Because honestly, like this is like the new super team, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who you could switch out to make this look better, but this is as good as it's gonna get, and I'm pretty excited. And also with how DJ described how they're gonna go about moving forward. Now DJ Michael basically described the new Indie Tribe as 4 guys, each beating on a drum individually. You're gonna have one guy hitting it, and then the next guy hitting it, and then the next guy hitting it. And one moment we might see John Keith drop, another moment we might see DJ Michael or No Big Deal or Mowgli drop, or a combination. It's really unpredictable at this point, and it's pretty sick to hear, as it can add a lot of variety to what this group can offer. And in addition, they also announced that they have a song debuting on Thursday at 11 p.m. or Friday if you technically round it closer to 12 a.m. But nonetheless, they will be dropping Thursday at 11 p.m. So definitely watch out for that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. The interview will be linked below, and let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this? What do you make of this? Is this needed? Is this not? And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.